All right, let's talk about something I'm sure a lot of you have experienced. You fire up an AI tool, maybe ChatGPT, and you build this amazing website. It looks great, but then you're kind of stuck, right? You're wondering, how do I actually get this thing online so people can see it? Well, today, we're diving into a tool that's built to fix exactly that. And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, you've done all the fun stuff. You've prompted, you've tweaked, you've created this awesome thing. But then what? What's that next step? How do you get from a file just sitting on your computer to a real live link you can actually share with people? And really, that gets to the heart of what we call the AI creation problem. You've got this brilliant idea, right? All your creativity, your code, your design, it's all sitting there, perfectly wrapped up in a little .zip file. But it's trapped. It feels like it's locked away. And it's a super common frustration, especially if you're not a developer. Okay, so check out this contrast. It's night and day. On one side, you have the old way, and just listen to these words. Connect GitHub repo, command line, hosting configuration. Ugh, for most of us, that's just a dead end. That's where the idea goes to die, right? But then, look at the site drop way. 3 simple words. Upload, choose, launch. That's it. It's a totally different universe. And this is where SiteDrop comes into the picture. It's basically that simple, elegant bridge we've been looking for. It's built to take you from your AI creation directly to a live published website. And the best part, it does it way faster than you'd think is even possible. Yeah, look at that. 60 seconds. Seriously. That's it. We're not talking about hours of messing with settings or trying to figure out error messages. We're talking about going from file in hand to a live website in less than a minute. It's kind of wild. Okay, so let's break it down. And believe me, it really is as simple as it looks on screen. First up, step 1. You just upload your file. That .zip or HTML file you got from your AI. Easy. Step 2, you choose your domain. You pick a name for your site, what you want the address to be. And then step 3, you just hit go live. Boom. That's the whole thing, the entire process. I love this because it puts it so perfectly. There are no new skills to learn here. Seriously. If you can attach a file to an email, and let's be honest, we can all do that, then you have all the technical skills you need to use SiteDrop. It's that simple. So you might be wondering, how does it just work like that? I mean, it seems a little too easy, right? Well, there's some really smart stuff going on behind the scenes. A few key features that make all this publishing magic happen so effortlessly. Basically, everything you could possibly need to go live is baked right in. First off, it's built for non-developers. That's its whole reason for being. It works with literally any AI tool that can spit out a website. You get a real, shareable link, something you can actually put on your resume or blast out on social media. We already talked about how fast it is, under a minute. And this is huge. It's secure by default with HTTPS. You don't have to think about it. And maybe the best part? It's completely free to get started. Look, it's easy for me to sit here and tell you how great this thing is, but don't just take my word for it. Let's hear from some people who are actually out there using SiteDrop to get their stuff online. Okay, check this out from Sarah, a freelance designer. She says, I made a portfolio site with ChatGPT, uploaded the HTML to SiteDrop, and texted the link to my boss 90 seconds later. She thought I hired a developer. How cool is that? In a minute and a half, she went from just having a file to looking like she'd hired a professional. That's the power we're talking about here. It makes you look like a total pro. And then there's James, a small business owner. He says, I tried Netlify and Vercel. Both asked me to connect to GitHub repo. I don't even know what that means. SiteDrop let me drag a zip file and it just worked. See, this is exactly the problem we talked about earlier. He hit that technical wall, that confusing jargon. But with SiteDrop, there was no wall. He just dragged a file and boom, it just worked. And this one from Priya, a product manager, is all about real-world results. The preview loaded before I finished my coffee, shared it on Twitter, and got 40 signups overnight. Wow. This shows that speed isn't just a cool feature, it's a game changer. It means you can get your idea out into the world right now and get instant feedback. Or, 40 signups while you sleep. That's what it means to move at the speed of creation. All right, so at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, I'm interested. What's the catch? What does it cost? So let's talk about pricing, because they've made it just as simple and transparent as the rest of the experience. So you can see it's super straightforward. But the most important thing to see here is that big free tier. You can get your first site live right now on a SiteDrop subdomain for absolutely nothing. It's the perfect way to just try it out, no strings attached. And then, yeah, if you need a custom domain or more sites down the line, the other plans are there. But you can get your project out into the world today without spending a dime. And really, it all comes down to this. You've already done the hard work. You're the one who came up with the idea. You're the one who used these amazing AI tools to create something new. That's the creative heavy lifting. SiteDrop is just here to handle that very last step, to help you get it across the finish line. So let's just end on this one thought. You've built your masterpiece. It's sitting right there. It shouldn't just be hidden away in a folder on your computer, right? It deserves to be seen by the world. So, isn't it time everyone saw it?